Absalom, son of David and brother to Tamar, had beauty that turned heads and a charm that drew people like moths to a flame. From the crown of his head to the soles of his feet, there was no blemish in him. His hair alone, thick, long and heavy, was weighed and admired once a year when he cut it. But beneath the handsome face and smooth speech was a storm that had been building ever since his sister Tamar was violated, and their father, King David, did nothing about it. Absalom had bided his time, avenged his sister by orchestrating the murder of his brother Amnon, then fled into exile for 3 years. When he finally returned to Jerusalem, he was forbidden to see his father's face. It took 2 more years, and the intervention of Joab before David agreed to see him again. They embraced father and son, but trust was fractured, and love bruised. Yet Absalom was not content. Something deeper stirred in him, a thirst for the throne. He began a subtle campaign. Every morning he would rise early and stand near the city gate where disputes were brought before the king. When people came seeking justice, he intercepted them with charm and sympathy. "You have a strong case," he'd say, "but there's no one appointed by the king to hear you. If only I were judge in the land, then everyone with a complaint would come to me and I would give them justice." And when someone approached to bow before him, Absalom would reach out, lift them up, and kiss them like a friend. With every handshake, every whisper of concern, every flash of his perfect smile, he stole the hearts of the people. After 4 years of this quiet rebellion, Absalom requested permission from David to go to Hebron under the guise of fulfilling a vow. The king, unaware, granted it. But Hebron was no mere spiritual journey. It was the birthplace of David's kingship and the launching pad for Absalom's coup. There, Absalom declared himself king. Trumpets sounded. Messengers spread the word. Even David's trusted advisor, Ahithophel, defected to Absalom's side. Back in Jerusalem, word reached David quickly. The hearts of the men of Israel are with Absalom. David knew a fight in the city would mean bloodshed and ruin. So King David fled, barefoot and grieving, up the Mount of Olives, weeping as he went. His loyal followers went with him, priests, warriors, friends, but the shame was heavy. Along the way, curses flew from Shimei, a man from Saul's family, hurling stones and insults at David. "Get out, you man of blood," he shouted. One of David's men offered to silence him permanently. But David, humbled and introspective, refused. "Let him curse. Maybe the Lord told him to. Perhaps the Lord will see my distress and repay me with good." In the meantime, Absalom entered Jerusalem and assumed control, but victory would not come easy. David had left behind Hushai, another of his advisors, to act as a double agent and confuse Absalom's counsel. When Ahithophel advised a swift and deadly attack on David, Hushai proposed a more cautious plan, giving David time to regroup. Eventually, father and son faced off. David's forces met Absalom's in the forest of Ephraim. The battle was fierce. 20,000 men fell. The forest itself, with its rugged terrain and twisted trees, seemed to fight for David's side. As Absalom fled on a mule, his long, glorious hair, once a symbol of his pride, became his downfall. It caught in the branches of a great oak, and there he hung, dangling helplessly as the mule ran on without him. Joab, David's commander, found him. Though David had begged that Absalom be spared, Joab thrust 3 javelins into his heart. The rebellion ended with a thud. When word came to David that Absalom was dead, he did not rejoice. He didn't boast of victory. Instead, he crumbled. "Oh, my son Absalom, my son Absalom! If only I had died instead of you, oh Absalom, my son, my son!" The cry echoed through the palace. The man after God's own heart was also a father after a broken one. Absalom's rebellion was crushed, but the cost was devastating. David had won the war, but lost his son. Even kings cannot escape the consequences of fractured families, unresolved pain, and unchecked ambition. And yet, through it all, God's hand remained steady, working his purposes through human mess and divine mercy. If you are loving this video, please hit both that subscribe and like button to help this message to spread far and wide. Check out the rest of the Bible Stories playlist to enjoy heartwarming events of the Bible brought alive. Thank you for supporting the Wake Up channel. God bless you.